I'm Alexandra Clark, and we are in the future home of Bonbon here in Hamtramck, Michigan. My first job ever was at an ice cream shop called the Dairy King of Plymouth, which is this little tiny ice cream shop in a little tiny town, and I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I just really enjoyed dealing with people when they were buying something that they didn't need to buy. There's something really special about selling somebody ice cream, but I think what I'm interested in about it is even more special in chocolate, where with ice cream, you don't need to buy it, but you're often consuming it yourself, or you're buying it for an experience with other people with yourself. Whereas chocolate, you give it to other people. And I think most people put more thought into things that they're giving to other people than to what they consume themselves. And so we get to play this really cool role in people's lives, where we're there for like a first date, or we're there for their wedding, or we're there to say I'm sorry, or to meet somebody's parents, or for a friend for their birthday, or who knows what, but it's the best thing ever. And going into the world thinking that I wanted to open an ice cream shop, and then as soon as I discovered chocolate as a medium, both on the social side of it like that, but also on an artistic side where it involves the small amount of discipline and then you can go absolutely wild, just resonated with me in a way that nothing else ever has, or probably will. When we first started, Bonbon had 1.5 employees, which was me and a part-time person that was my best friend's little sister who just needed some extra work. And now we have 16 employees. They're about half full-time, half part-time, and they're amazing. They're my favorite part of my job. The cool thing about making chocolate in Hamtramck is that Hamtramck is the most diverse city in the state of Michigan. So already that's very cool. But then the state of Michigan is the second most diverse agricultural economy in the country. So next to California, we can grow the widest variety of things here. So when you're making really fresh artisan chocolates, that's a dream to have cultural inspiration from more countries than anywhere else in the state. I think a lot of times chocolate shops will have like a starring male chocolatier, but most of the people that work there are females. And a lot of chocolate shops too are not set up for endless creativity, for creating a recipe one day and then putting it into stores the next day. And I felt creatively stunted when I was working for other people, and I wanted to make sure that when I had the opportunity to be kind of the leading person of it, that I was giving everybody the opportunity to show the world what they had. So the idea of making bonbons instead of making truffles is that truffles have a lot of rules, a lot of standards where it has to be round, it should be scooped, it should look like the fungus, you really can't fill it with as many things, and it's confines that I didn't want to work within, whereas bonbons have no internationally accepted definition. So it could be ice cream, which is what it's patented as here in the US. It could be little treats that come in a bag, like sugar treats. It's one of my favorite things when we travel, especially to cocoa producing countries, is to ask the farmers, or ask just the people that you're staying with, or the people that are taking you around, and say, what is a bonbon? And everyone will tell you something different. And that's exactly why we make bonbons, is because we can fill them with whatever we feel like. There are no rules. And so that lets us be endlessly creative. I think a lot of times people think of artisan chocolate from Detroit and they take a step back and go, really? But what they don't understand is that there's still a market here. There's still people that are celebrating and want something really nice, whether it's just one piece for them on lunch that they're never going to tell anybody that they bought, or if it's a box of chocolates for somebody's birthday, or it could be anything. You don't really know why people need your product, but just because you're in a community that is blue collar doesn't mean that you can't have something that's really, truly, sincerely delicious and nice. And that's the part that I think is really kind of magical about having a chocolate shop here.